Again, just set of blocks, ankle weights are optional, and then a set of light to medium weights. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Let's come to a seated position. Sitting onto your knees and just grabbing those blocks, keeping them near you. We're going to start with some breath work here, bringing your hands to your palms. Deep inhales, filling your belly, ribs, and lungs. Full exhale, lungs, ribs, belly. Continuing with that breath, full expansion of your rib cage. Full exhale. Continue with that breath, filling all the way to the top. On the next one, sealing your lips and breathing in and out through your nose, building heat within your body. Let's do one more breath just like that. From here, with your hands on your knees, round your spine, bringing your gaze towards your navel, coming into cat. Draw your hands towards your hips, pull your elbows back, lift your gaze, coming into cow. Full exhale, hands to the tops of your thighs, round your spine. Exhale, lift your gaze, hands to your hips. 2 more times just like that. Inhale, bring your gaze towards your navel, hands to the tops of your thighs. Exhale, lift your gaze. Inhale, draw your hands to the top. Exhale, lift. Sweep your arms up high overhead, stacking your shoulders over your wrist. Relax your shoulders down from your ears. Bend your elbows, spread your fingertips wide, lift your gaze. Inhale, rise through center. Exhale, bend your elbows, lift your gaze. Inhale, lift. 2 more. Exhale, bend your elbows, spread your fingertips wide. Inhale, lift. 1 more time. Exhale. And inhale. Release your right hand down to the floor or to a block. Left bicep to left ear. Full side stretch. Stretching your left shoulder directly over your right. Rise up through center, stacking your shoulders over your hips. Release your left hand down to the floor or to a block. Side stretch over to the left side. Right bicep to right ear. Rise up. Release your right hand down. Maybe stretching further. Bend your elbow, cactus the arm. Full extend. Left bicep to left ear. Rise up. Use your core. Arms overhead. Release your left hand down to the floor or to a block. Right bicep to right ear. Maybe reaching further this time. Bend your right elbow. Spread your fingertips wide. Full extension. Gently rise up. If you're just now joining us, no worries. Set of blocks, ankle weights, and medium weights for today. Go ahead and rise up, keeping those blocks by your ankles. So you can have the blocks outside or inside your ankles, your choice. Stacking your shoulders directly over your hips with your arms up high overhead. Release your right hand down towards your right ankle, towards that block, or towards the floor, pressing your hips forward, left arm up overhead, maybe gently releasing further back. Gently rise up, right arm overhead. This time release your left hand down to the floor. Move that block in any position of your choice. You release your left hand to the block, your left ankle, or the floor. Press your hips forward. Gently rise up. Left arm 1 more time each side. Right hand releases down to the block, ankle, or floor. Press your hips further this time. Left arm overhead. Gently rise up. Core is engaged, right arm overhead. Release your left hand down to the block, ankle, or floor. Press your hips forward. Gently rise up, stacking your shoulders over your hips. From here, release your arms down by your side. All right, we're gonna come to another kneeling stance. You can keep the blocks down. You can have a seat on 1 or 2 blocks or just on the floor. We're gonna grab those weights now. 1 weight in each hand. All right, from here, your palms, gotta correct my foot. Your palms are facing up. Lift your hips up with the bicep curl. Slow release down. Gently tap the block or your heels. Rise up, bicep curl. Squeeze your glutes. Release down. Gentle rise up. Biceps towards the crown of your head. Gently rise up. That's it. 6 more just like this. Tap and rise. Keep it going. Almost there. Last one. On the next one, hold your hips lifted, arms to your shoulders. Give me an overhead press and release down. Press up, palms facing out as you draw the arms overhead. Palms are facing in. You got 8 more. Keep it going. Still going. Press up. Release down. Keeping it going. Still going. Beautiful work. Stay with it. Very nice. Overhead press, slow and controlled. Release it down. Palms towards the same shoulder. Press it up. Palms facing out. Release it down. Press the palms up. 2 more. Release down. All right, on the next one, hold the palms up overhead. We're going to, I'm just going to turn so I can show you guys. Palms are facing towards one another. We're going to keep the hips lifted. We're going to hinge forward. Press the hips back. Swing the arms back, slow and controlled. Rise up. So use your core. Use your glutes. Use your quads, your hamstrings. Draw the arms back. Try to keep the top shoelace portion of your foot pressed into the floor. Rise up. That's it. You've got to keep it going, slow and controlled. Do not let momentum swing your arms back. Slow and controlled. The height of your arms does not matter. Moving here with intention. Hips press back, chest leans forward. Drawing the arms up overhead. And back. Slow and controlled here. Gentle rise, gentle press back. Keep it going. That's it. Give me 2 more, and then we're going to hold it in the hinge with the arms straight back. That's 2. 1 more. You've got it. Working those triceps here. All right, on the next one, hold the hinge forward. Keep the hips back. Lift the arms up higher. Bring the palms facing up. Give me 10 pulses. That's 10. And 9. I know it burns. 8. You've got it. 7. That's 6. 5 more. Last 3. 2. And 1. All right, rise up slowly. Set the weights off to the side. Keep them close by. We're going to use them again eventually, so don't set them off too far. You can set that block off to the side, but also keep it close by. Coming to a tabletop position with your wrists under your shoulders, knees around your hips, draw your navel in towards your spine. We're going to do some wrist stretches here. So lift your right fingertips, lift your palm, and then press it down. Lifting, coming onto your finger pads, and then releasing your palm down. 2 more times on the right side. Lift up and release. You're keeping your navel pulled in towards your spine. Last time on the right side. And release. Now for the left side. Lift your left palm up. Press your finger pads in. Release down. Lift, press, and release. 2 more times. Once more. All right, from here, walk your fingertips towards the outer edges of your mat. You're welcome to hold it just like this. You can rock side to side if that's comfortable to you. A few more breaths here. Come back to the middle. Gently rotate your fingertips towards your knees or towards your knees and the outer edge of the mat at any angle. You're welcome to hold it just like this. If you like, maybe rock forwards and backwards. Maybe side to side if that feels comfortable for you today. Warming up those wrists. You'll soon see why. Come back to the middle. Bring both fingertips towards the top of your mat. Flip your right palm up towards the ceiling. Left palm is down. You're welcome to hold it here just like this. Maybe rocking forwards and backwards. Maybe side to side if that feels good on your right wrist. And coming back to center, flip your right palm down towards the floor, left palm up towards the ceiling. Same options here, forwards and backwards, maybe side to side, noticing how one side may feel different than the other. All right, come back to center, flip your left palm down towards the floor. Lift your left arm up high towards the ceiling, deep inhale, exhale, reach your left arm under and through the right side body. 2 more times, inhale, lift. Exhale, sweep it under and through. Inhale, lift. This time, sweep your left arm all the way under and through the right side body, gently placing your left ear or cheek onto the floor, holding here and breathing. Extend your right arm straight back. Flex your right toes. We're going to lift and lower for 10, slow and controlled. This is when those ankle weights will come in handy. You've got it. 8 more here. Hips stay lifted. Left cheek or ear towards the floor. 6 more. Try to keep that right leg straight. Hips are square. 4 more. Last 3. 2 more. Last 1. Hold that right leg extended as you press yourself up. Lift your left arm high. Release your left arm down to meet your right underneath your left shoulder. Draw your right knee towards your right elbow. Kick it back. Draw that right leg over to the outer left side. Look over your left shoulder. 1 more time. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, tap knee to elbow. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, draw that right leg over the left side body, looking over your left shoulder. Hold it here for 3, 2, and 1. With that right leg straight, draw that right leg up and over from the right hip, coming into gate pose. So with your hands still under your shoulders, tuck your left toes, press your hips back, and press your hips forward, stacking your shoulders back over your hips. Press it back and forward, slow and controlled here. That's it. 1 more. All right, with your wrists underneath your shoulders, I'm going to turn to face you all. From this position, walk your hands towards your left knee. Rise up with your arms up high overhead. Release your left arm down to the floor or to a block. Right arm up towards the ceiling. Lengthening that right side body. Maybe extend that right arm long. Use your abs. Rise up. Stack your shoulders over your hips. Release your right hand down the outside of your right leg. Gently draw that left bicep towards your left ear. Come back through center. So that 2 more times on this side. Left hand down towards the floor or to a block. Right arm up, maybe right bicep to ear. Maybe lift your right leg. Lower your right leg if you have it lifted. Rise up, use your abs. Stack your shoulders over your hips. Release your right hand down towards the outside of your right leg. Left bicep to left ear, full stretch. Gently rise up. Left hand releases down to the floor or to a block. Come right into that leg lift if you'd like. Right bicep to right ear. And lower as you rise. Right hand comes down to the floor. Gently rise up. Hands to heart center, fold forward. Walk your hands back out to that tabletop position with your right leg still out from your right hip. Draw that right leg up and over to the outside of your left hip. Gaze looking over your left shoulder. Hold it here. Maybe press your heel in towards the floor, deepening that stretch. From this position, release your right knee to the outside of your left shin. Untuck your toes and press your hips back. Outer hip stretch on that right side. Hold it for one more breath. Full inhale, full exhale. Gently rise up. Unwind your legs. Bump your hips side to side. Let's repeat the same thing on the other side. Lift your left arm high. Deep inhale. Exhale, reach your left arm under and through the right side body. Inhale, lift. We did the left arm last time, didn't we? My goodness. All right, lift your right arm high. Apologies. Lift it under and through the left side body. Inhale, lift. Exhale, reach it under and through the right side body. Inhale, lift. Exhale, release. This time, releasing your right hand all the way under and through the left side body. Extend your left leg straight back. Square out your hips. From here, we're going to lift and lower for 10. Flex your left toes. Keep your left leg straight. Slow and controlled. Squeeze your glutes. 8 more. It does not matter how high you lift that left leg. It doesn't matter if it's higher or lower than the right side. Just slow it down. Slow and controlled. 5 more. Just a few more. You got it. Last one right here. All right, set the left toes down. Press up. Deep inhale. Right arm lifts high. Release your right hand under your right shoulder. From here, lift your left leg high. Deep inhale. Exhale, draw your knee to your left elbow. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, left leg over to the outer right edge of your right foot. Inhale, lengthen. Kick it straight back. Exhale, tuck your knee to the same elbow. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, draw it over to the right side. Maybe gazing, looking over your right shoulder. Full inhale, full exhale. Come back to center. Keep that left leg straight. Draw it up and over, coming directly out from your left hip. From here, tuck your right toes. Press your hips back and forward. Slow it down as much as you need to, pressing your hips back and release it forward. You're on the inside of your left foot on the ball of your right. That's it. One more time. Press the hips back. Gently rocking forward, stacking your shoulders over your wrist. Walk your hands in towards your right knee. Sweep your arms up high overhead. Left leg is out. Arms up overhead. Release your left hand. Release your right hand down to the floor to a block. Left arm directly up towards the ceiling, or you can release your left bicep to your left ear. Feel that deep stretch. Use your abs. Rise up. Stack your shoulders over your hips. Release your left hand down to the outside of your left leg. Right bicep to your right ear. Feel that deep stretch all on the right side body. Inhale to rise. Exhale, release your right hand to the floor or to a block. Maybe this time lift your left leg. Extend your left arm long. Slowly lower your left leg. Gently rise up. Stack your shoulders over your hips. Left hand down. Right bicep to right ear. Deep side bend. One more time each side. Arms overhead. Right hand down to the floor to a block. Maybe come right into that leg lift. Lower your leg. Rise up. Stack your shoulders over your hips. Release your left hand down. Gently rise up. Bring your hands to heart center. Walk your hands back out to that tabletop. From here, with that left leg straight, draw it up and over to the outside of your right foot. Gently gazing, looking over your right shoulder. To deepen that sensation, press your heel closer in towards the floor. To lessen it, rock onto the ball of your foot, maybe your tippy toes. Hold it here for one more full breath. Gently release your left knee to the outside of your right shin. Untuck your toes and then press your hips back. Feeling that stretch all along the outside left thigh. All right, gently rock forward. Come back to your tabletop. Bump your hips side to side. Shake out anything else that you may need to. We are moving on. Bring your hands up, palm print forward, tuck your toes, lift your hips, coming to our first downward facing dog. Pedal out your heels, lifting and lowering 1 foot at a time. Lifting both heels high, lower them over to the left side. Gently lift your heels, lower them this time over to the right side. Lift your heels once more, pedal them out. All right, from here, holding your downward facing dog, release your right hand, tap your left ankle, bring your right hand back down, come to a power dog, tap your left knee to your left wrist, set it down, back to downward facing dog, release your left hand, tap your right ankle, place your left hand back down, come to power dog, shins hovering, hips lifted, right knee to right elbow, step it back, down dog, right hand to left ankle, shin, knee, or thigh. Place your right hand down. Bend your knees, power dog. Left knee to left elbow. Step it back. Downward facing dog. Left hand to right ankle. Release your left hand down. Power dog. Hover your shins. Right knee to right elbow. Step it back. Let's keep that going. Down dog. Right hand to left ankle, shin, or thigh. Bend your knees, power dog. Left knee to left elbow, step it back, down dog, left wrist taps right ankle, shin, or knee, bend your knees, draw your right knee to right elbow, one more time each side, down dog, release your right hand, tap the left ankle, bend your knees, power dog, left knee to left wrist, power dog, back downward facing dog, left wrist to right ankle, release your left hand down, power dog, bend your knees. Right knee to right ankle. Lift back up. Pedal out your heels. Back to our downward facing dog. All right. Come back to your power dog. Bend your knees. Keep your biceps in line with your ears and press forward into high plank. You're welcome to release your knees at any time or hold in high plank. Just with the right leg, we're going to tap it out for 10. Bring it back in. That's 9. Slow and controlled. 8 more. You got it. This is why we warmed up our wrist. Keep it going. 5 more here. Just the right leg is moving. Everything else is still. Last 2. And 1. Step your right leg in line with your left. Press your hips up. Downward facing dog. Pedal out your heels. Yes, we have the other side. With your biceps framing your ears. Bend your knees. Power dog. Press forward into high plank. You're welcome to come down onto your knees or a tabletop at any time. Just the left leg. Tap it out. And in. 9 more. Tap. And in. Tap it out. Release it in. Keep it going. 5 more. Draw your navel into your spine. You've got it. Last 3. 2 more. Last 1. All right. Come back. Find your downward facing dog. Pedal out your heels. I'm just going to flip over to the other side. So when I open up, I face you all. So we're still in our downward facing dog. Pedal out your heels. All right, lift your right leg high, 3-legged dog. Bend your right knee, stack your hip, circle out your right ankle, square out your hip, extend your right leg straight back, flex your right toes. We're going to lower and lift for 3, and lift. That's 2. 1 more. All right, lift your right leg high, draw your knee to your nose, kick it back, right knee to right elbow, kick it back. Right knee to left elbow. Kick it through. Fallen triangle. Lift your left arm high. From here, we're going to lower and lift for 3. And 2. Stay with it. All right. Release your left hand back down the floor. Tuck your knee into your chest. Step through. Find your breath here. We're going to seal that back left foot as you rise up. Coming to warrior 1. Deep bend into your front right knee. Relax your shoulders down from your ears Maybe spiral your pinkies in towards one another. Hinge forward. Maintain the bend in the knee. And rise. 2 more. Back leg is straight. Your left toes are at 45, so they're pointing to 10 o'clock. Your right toes are pointing to 12. Once more. And rise. All right, from here, release the right hand down. Come to exalted warrior. Left arm up. Gently rise up. Hinge forward. We're adding on. Rise up. Warrior 1, exalted warrior. Release your right hand down to the inside of your left thigh. Left arm up. Both arms up overhead. Hinge forward. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, rise. Exhale, release your right hand to the inside of your left thigh. Both arms up. Hinge forward. Hold the hinge. Sweep your arms around in front. Pivot your left toes. Open up to warrior 2. Catch your breath. All right, inhale, rise, big star. Exhale, bend. Inhale, lift. Exhale, bend. One more. All right, from here, come into extended side angle. Hold it here. Come to triangle. Straighten out your front leg. Right arm down, left arm up. Gently rotate your left arm open. All right, reverse your triangle. Come back to warrior 2. Find big star, both toes pointed forward. Arms out to a T. Hinge forward. Find your wide-legged fold. Your back is flat, so we're gonna hold it here. The point is to hold your core. So if your arms are out to a T, weights in your heels, back is flat, we're holding it for 10. Don't worry, I'm still counting. Last 2. And 1, gently fold forward. Releasing your forehead down to the floor, maybe grabbing opposite elbows. You can walk your feet closer together or keep them far apart, your choice. Maybe grab opposite elbows, sway side to side. Let your neck hang nice and loose. All right, from here, come back to center. Release your left hand down to the floor or to the inside of your right foot or to a block. Right arm comes up high. Maybe rotate that right arm back. We're going to tap that right hand down and lift. Tap down. You can grab a weight here if you like and lift. 3 more. Tap right hand to left wrist and lift. 2 more. Tap and lift. All right, on the next one, release your right hand down. Walk your hands over to the left side. Right hand down to the floor, right in the middle, or over to the left foot or on a block. Left arm reaches high, full twist. Maybe twist further open. Exhale, tap your left hand towards your right wrist. Inhale, lift. 4 more. Exhale, tap. Inhale, lift. Exhale, tap. 2 more. Gently walk your hands back to center. Arms out to a T. Come up to that half lift. Back is flat. Contract your abs. Squeeze your thighs together. Squeeze your glutes. Engage your core. Rise up all the way. Arms up overhead. Pivot. Coming into high lunge. Bend into your front right knee. Curl your hands down. Step your right leg back. You can hold it lifted. You can lower it down. You can lower your knees down, coming into our first flow. Keep your elbows tucked in. Press up. Exhale, come to downward facing dog. Curl out your heels. Let's repeat that same thing on the other side. So we're in downward facing dog. Curl out your heels. Lift your left leg high, three-legged dog. Bend your left knee, stack your hip. Circle out your left ankle. Maybe wiggle your toes. Square out your hips, kick your left leg straight back, flex your left toes. We're going to lower and lift for 3 and 2. Last 1. Hold the left leg lifted. Exhale, draw your knee to your nose. Kick it back. Exhale, left knee to left wrist or elbow. Kick it back. Left knee to right elbow. Kick it through, fallen triangle. Lift, keep your hips lifted. Lift your right arm high. We're going to lower and tap for 3 and 2. 1 more. Hold it lifted. Release your right hand down. Tuck your knee in towards your nose. Step through. Seal your right heel. Rise up, warrior 1. Stacking your shoulders over your hips. Spiral your pinkies in. So your right toes are to 2 o'clock. Your right heel is down. Left toes to 12. We're going to hinge forward. And rise. Exhale, hinge. Inhale, rise. 1 more time and we're adding on. Exhale, hinge. Inhale, rise. This time, release your left hand to the inside of your right thigh. Gently gaze up. Exalted warrior. Left arm reaches high. Exhale, hinge forward. Rise up. Release your left hand to the inside of your right thigh. Maintain the bend of your front left knee. Arms overhead. 1 more time. Inhale. To rise. Exalted warrior. Release your left hand down. Maybe bend back further. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hinge forward. Hold the hinge here. Sweep your arms around in front. We're going to pivot the back right toes. Open up. Warrior 2. Deep bend to that front left knee. Adjust your feet if you need to. Inhale, lift. Big star. Exhale, bend. Inhale, lift. Exhale, bend. 2 more. All right. Hold it here. Extended side angle. You can hover the left arm or bring it down to your left thigh. Right bicep to right ear. Come right into triangle. Straighten your front left leg. Left arm down, right arm up. Maybe rotate that right shoulder. Reverse your triangle. Draw your right hand back. Left arm up. Exhale, come back to it. Warrior 2. Come into big star, pivot your left toes, arms overhead, arms out to a T. This time you can bind your hands or keep your arms out to a T. Hinge forward, flat back, contract those thighs, squeeze your glutes, engage your core. We're holding for 5. You've got this. You've been here before. Gently release your hands down to the floor, forward fold. This time, you can walk your hands out in front. You can walk your hands behind you, reaching towards the wall behind you, maybe an imaginary wall. You can also come right back to ragdoll, whatever is comfortable for you today. Come back to your breath. Come back to your wide-legged forward fold, releasing your hands down to the floor. Bring your hands to heart center. And we're going to bend that right knee, come into Siddhasana on the right side. Flex your left toes. You can keep your hands on the floor or keep your hands at heart center. From here, we're going to come over to the other side. So bend into that left knee. Stay low. Very nice. You can flex your right toes. You can bring your hands down or keep your hands at heart center. Let's do that 1 more time on each side. Stay low as you can. Bend into the right knee. Straighten the left leg. Very nice. 1 more time. You can point, flex that right foot. Release your hands down to the floor. Come back to our wide-legged fold. Rise up halfway. Arms out to a T or bind your hands behind your back. We're holding here again. Contract your abs. Crown of your head towards the top of your area. Gently rise up. Unbind your hands if you had unbinded. Come back to high lunge. Hinge forward. Find your flow. You can step your left foot back, release your knees down, or keep your left leg lifted, elbows stay tucked in. Come back to downward facing dog, pedal out your heels. All right, from here, walk your hands towards your feet. Come into a forward fold. Let your neck hang nice and loose. Half lift, hands to shins, crown of your head towards the top of your mat. Back to our forward fold. And grab opposite elbows here, soften your knees. Gently sway side to side, lower back release here. Come back through center, release your hands down towards the floor. Gently roll up slowly, one vertebrae at a time. Just going to turn to face you all. Rise up, sweep your arms up high overhead. Bring your hands to heart center. Now, come onto your tippy toes. And we're going to slowly lower down. Toe stance. You can bring your hands to the floor or to blocks. Slow and controlled. Don't let your hips touch your heels. Hold it here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release down. All right, from here, option to come to yogi squat or malasana, or have a seat on your blocks. Knees are wide, so your feet are wider than your hips. Opening up your hips here, we're nice and warm. You can also hover in space, holding and breathing. Maybe tip from one side to the next. Don't worry, we're not done just yet. All right, gently roll back onto your bum using your hands or just rocking back. From here, let's just do one roll back and roll up. I had 5, but we'll just do one. Place a block between your palms, feet are flat, knees are bent, roll back, slow and controlled. Use your lower abs on the roll back. One vertebrae at a time, try to keep your feet planted. Think the slower the better. Once your shoulders touch, once your head touch, tap that block overhead. Draw that block back at top of your shoulders, roll up. Use your upper abs, getting tongue tied here. Use your upper abs on the roll up. Once you get there, bring the block overhead, release it down. All right, we're gonna come down to a reverse tabletop. Bend your knees to 90. Place the block on your left thigh. Place your left elbow onto that block. Press your left knee in, press your left elbow down. Right elbow is wide behind your head. Draw that right leg long. Tuck it in. 9 more. Extend. Tuck it in. That floor is lava. Don't let your right heel, toe, any part of your right leg touch the floor. That's it. 5 more. Keeping that left knee up towards your chest, but actually pressing it down with your left elbow. 2 more. 1 more. All right, come back to that tabletop. Bend both of the knees. Release the block to your right knee. Pressing that block in with your right elbow. Left elbow is wide. Left knee extends and bends. 9 more. You're actively pressing that right elbow down towards the block into your right knee as you actively press that right knee up, firing up those lower abs. 5 more. And 3. Last 2. And 1. All right, bring that block between your thighs. Elbows are wide. Hold that crunch, shoulders are lifted. Extend your legs up towards the ceiling. Lower the legs down to a hover. Draw your knees back to your chest. Reverse tabletop, up towards the ceiling. Lower down. We got 3 more here. Shoulders are lifted. Can you lift your shoulders an inch or 2 higher off the floor? Knees bend. Legs to the ceiling. Lower down. That's it. Your lower back is pressed in towards that floor. 2 more. Knees bend. Extend to the ceiling. Lower down. Point through your toes. We've got 1 more. Slow it down even more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Legs to the ceiling for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Legs lower for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, once you get your legs down, go ahead and bend your knees. Bring your feet flat on the floor. They are directly under your knees, palms by your sides. Still with that block between your thighs. We're going to lift and lower. Squeeze your glutes and tap. Lift, squeeze. You can place those weights on your hips here if you'd like. Lift, squeeze, lower, tap. Keep it going. That's it. A few more here. Three more. Last 2. And 1. Hold the hips lifted. Maybe lift your shoulders this time. Walk your hands under your hips. Clasp your hands. Coming into a high bridge. Squeeze your glutes. Lift your hips higher. We're holding here for 10. Don't worry, I'm still counting. That's it. You're halfway. And 4. That's 3, 2, and 1. Unbind your hands. Release your shoulders down. Tuck your chin to your chest. Relax all the way down. Set the block off to the side. From here, extend your legs out long. Draw your left knee out from your hip, bringing the sole of your left foot into the inside of your right thigh, right calf, or right ankle, coming into reclined tree. You can bend your elbows, palms facing up. Full inhale, full exhale. Hold that left knee out to the side from your left hip, and then draw your left knee up towards your shoulder and grab the outside of your left foot. You can also grab the back side of your thigh, coming into single leg happy baby. Right leg is still long. Feel that stretch on the right side and your left hip. You should feel it in your outer right glute as well. Maybe flex your right toe. All right, draw that left knee across the right side of your body. Gently gaze, look over your left shoulder. You can extend that left arm long. You can bend that arm again to a cactus, trying to keep your left shoulder down. That left knee can be hovering on a block or touching the floor. Back to center. Curl yourself into a tight ball, both knees in towards your chest. Extend, release your legs long, palms by your side. Draw that right leg up to the inside of your left thigh, left calf, or ankle, opening up that right hip, coming into reclined tree. One more full breath here. Deep inhale, expanding the belly, all dimensions. Full exhale. Gently draw your right knee up towards your right shoulder, grabbing the back side of your right thigh or grabbing the outside of your right foot. Still stretching that left leg long. Maybe flex your left heel. You're going to feel it in your right hip here. You also might feel it in your left glute. Holding and breathing. Single leg, happy baby. Relax your left toes. Gently guide that right knee over to the left side of your body. Supine twist. Maybe looking over your right shoulder. Maybe extend your right arm long. Maybe bend your elbow. That right knee can be hovering on a block or gently on the floor. To center. Curl yourself into a tight ball. Release everything down. Extend your legs up towards the ceiling. Fingertips toward your toes. Point, flex, circle out your ankles, circle out your wrist. Curl yourself back into a tight ball. Rock and roll yourself 3 times along your spine. Maybe tap your toes. Maybe hover your legs. One more. Gently coming up to a seated position. You can do crisscross applesauce, soles of your feet to touch, keep your arms up high. Deep exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, lift your arms up high. Exhale, release your left hand to the outside of your right knee, right hand behind you. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist, look over your right shoulder. Inhale, come back through center, arms overhead. Exhale, release your right hand to the outside of your left knee, left hand behind your hip. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist deeper, looking over your left shoulder. Inhale, come back through center. Exhale, hands to heart center. Fantastic work today. Thank you all so very much for joining me. Hope you all enjoyed it. Nice, fun flow.